Hello, this is High Templar with a new episode of my Total War Warhammer DLC analysis videos, and today we'll be talking about Isabella von Carstein, who you can see as a tabletop model, and we will see her soon enough. So there was a video and there was a stream just today, and I've made some screenshots, analyzed them for you, and so we have it. We are getting new faction led by Isabella von Carstein, but you can also choose Vlad, and this faction is von Carstein. And they will be starting in Schwarzhafen, which is the southernmost settlement in Sylvania, and is a different starting point than normal vampire counts and obviously new faction. So pretty cool stuff we are getting, and let's just read what Isabella is good at. Well, firstly we will have access to the unit building in Castle Drakenhof when we will get it, because we are not starting with it. Then we have Undying Love, which is melee attack and melee defense for both Vlad and Isabella when they are reinforcing each other. So whether that means that they are in the same battle or that they are in their own aura range, it's unclear for now. As soon as I will know, I will tell you, but it seems that when they are fighting together they are really strong, because plus 15 for both melee attack and melee defense is pretty big deal. Also, if you choose her as your legendary lord, you will get additional weapon damage plus 25% for all vampire heroes, and you will get more vampire heroes if you are playing her. So it is, you will be starting with more and you will be able to recruit more. So it's a pretty nice deal. Yeah, so she's pretty good, she's a powerful spellcaster, she's decent at fighting, and I will show you that, and she's giving some nice buffs. Is she more powerful than Vlad? Obviously not, and neither is Manfred. I mean, she's not really that good in campaign, she just doesn't give enough of a strong point, but she is an interesting option to an interesting campaign that is a bit different, and I like her for that, and I will explain all of that very soon. For now we can see that her starting army is weaker than Vlad's, but she's having some interesting options. Now for herself we have stats, and she has 34,500 health, which is very decent, armor of 90, leadership of 85, which is less than Vlad, but very nice indeed. Speed of 35 for this moment in the development, so slightly less than Vlad, who is 40 if my memory serves me well. Then we have melee attack of 65 and defense of 48. Comparing to the Vlad, who has defense of 50 and attack of 66, they are pretty similar, and so is weapon strength, which is identical, 430, and a charge bonus that is 25, which is also pretty decent. Now, she is also starting with the trait that will give in her army all the vampire heroes gives additional plus 10 melee attack and defense, which is quite obvious. You need to put those heroes in her, because they will be a lot more useful if they will be inside the army. That means you will probably lose mostly of those heroes in the combat and other heroes as agents on the map. So there is that. And let's have a look at the starting, when we are being told that how we play von Carstein. And they are true rulers of Castle Drakenhof, which is quite obvious. and they have to secure that castle from Manfred. And then we have below him that Vlad and Isabella have improved battle prowess when reinforcing one another. We have already read about that. And we already know that they will have a unique building in Castle Drakenhof called Mausoleum of the Mad Count, which enables vampire heroes much sooner and improves them in a variety of ways. And it's very, very cool if you are playing Isabella. Not as cool if you are playing Vlad, but Vlad is powerful on his own right. Now, we can see again the Dark Retinue here. This is actually from the stream, and the stats are similar, the same as we've seen before in the video, so nothing changed that. And let's go into some skills. So we have some new support army skills. They are not your standard support army skills. They are not strengthening your skeletons and zombies, nothing like that. They are actually strengthening your Vargeist. And the Ravaging Beast gives additional 15 armor for Vargeists at first level. At third level, it's giving 35. 35 armor for the Vargeist is a lot. And those Vargeists will be a lot more powerful. And this is also very, very nice move, because they weren't really that good. You won't see them that often in the multiplayer. You would see them, but not often. And the same for the campaign. You would not see them very well. People would rather invest in some other things. Now Isabella will be strengthening those units, and it will make sense to go into different path when replaying the vampire counts. Because you would normally see strengthening of the infantry or the cavalry, and this time we will be strengthening the monsters and flying monsters, and we will be picking different technologies to strengthen them even further, because that would be what we'll be doing. The same as playing Kolek, we will put more into Dragon Ogres. Now, we have also At Dawn They Sleep, which is another skill that is strengthening the Fellbats. And if my memory serves me well, it goes up to +6 armor piercing damage and +12 defense for the Fellbats for your Lord's army. So again, Fellbats are pretty cool, but there is even cooler technology that gives them even more armor and generally makes them very decent units, especially that is armor piercing damage. So per unit, that makes those bats pretty deadly in many cases, especially when fighting, for example, dwarves. You can send those bats to attack the cannons and organ guns and whatever, and they will actually be able to defeat the dwarves, which is cool. Then we have Time of Arising, which makes your Vargulfs even stronger. On the first level, +5 leadership and +5 melee attack. It's not as good as the other ones, but it is making a unit that was already pretty powerful even more power. And I kinda like that. I like that it's not as overpowered as before. And Midnight Children doing the same for the terror guys. And I must say, I don't particularly like this one, because terror guys are still, even after the buff, in my opinion, slightly underpowered. They are very expensive, they would be used in campaign more, that's true. But you also have flying horrors. So there's that. So you have two skills that will be strengthening them. And this is pretty cool, but is it I would not give them some bonus to leadership, I would give them some bonus to something else, just to make them slightly stronger. Now, for the artifacts, we will have a quest for the Blood Chalice of Batory, which gives the user plus 10 to hit points, which is not nothing. That's pretty cool. That's amazing actually. Additional 350 hit points. That's something. Then we have hero success chance against you minus 15%, which is also pretty good. Wound recovery time minus 1, which is not really something I would use. And the new ability Augment, that is working on your ally and cannot be targeted at Lord or Hero, but you can target it on normal units, and it will replenish the hit points of the combatants and give them plus 36 vigor. As you can see, the cooldown for this ability is very big, but it will make your army, it will make your unit one level less tired, and this is very powerful, and also replenish hit points, which is also very powerful, and you won't have to pay mana for it. So it is a very nice ability, very nice indeed. You would also have access to some mounts, which is very nice because you cannot do that with Vlad. So here we see again the stats for the Isabella. So as you can see, the leadership here is actually 80, so it's different from the video, but the rest of the stats stays where they are. And we can also see the abilities here, including some fear and courage and stuff like that. She's actually pretty cool, and she has a special new skill that is Master of Beguilement, and it's a hex that affects the enemies in the range of 100 meters and gives them minus 58 melee attack. Minus 58 melee attack is a lot, and it lasts for 44 seconds, and the cooldown is only 90 seconds. So for the 1/3 of the time you can basically nerf your enemies by 58 melee attack. That is very cool, especially because she has already a defense of 65. That makes her a pretty tanky, and the Chalice will make her even more tanky. It's actually pretty cool. So you can use her as a tank, because you will be focusing on the units that are not very tanky, like Vargeist and Vargolf and similar, and Terrorgeist, and they cannot really be used for tanking, not the same way as heavy armor infantry. Then, another thing, on the round 2 you will get Vlad von Carstein if you are playing Isabella, and that's also pretty cool because you will be able to use their special ability and reinforcing each other from the get-go. And that's pretty cool also. So all in all, playing von Carstein obviously less powerful than playing Vampire Counts, when you would have all the options for the Lord characters, and you can get like 5 legendary level characters. I would assume Isabella would be also among them. So you can have a lot of legendary lords, a lot of cool characters, and different stuff, but it is also pretty cool that we can get as von Carstein Vlad very early in a game. As for the Mausoleum of the Mad Count, it will give your vampire heroes plus 3 ranks. The recruitment cost is minus 70%, which is not as good. And it's actually recruitment capacity is +2, and you can start recruiting vampires from the level 1. And that is pretty cool. Being able to recruit your vampires at the get-go and making them stronger means it will be more of a hero fight than army fight. I like that a lot, and it is one of the flavors that makes me want to play this faction. And actually this legendary lord, Isabella herself. Now, how do we get Isabella when it is stated on the Steam page for the Isabella herself that there is basically a competition called Make War Not Love, and the grand prize will be Isabella von Carstein. So what we have to do is vote for Total War Warhammer and support those guys in tomorrow's, because it will be actually tomorrow when there will be some challenges that we should overcome as a community, or so we were told. And if we will win, we will get Isabella von Carstein. She will be alive in the old world. As a legendary lord, obviously without no new units, she should be a free LC. Now, what does all of this means? That means that Creative Assembly already made Isabella. She's ready. As you already seen, there is a stream for her campaign, so everything's ready, everything's already done, and they are preparing to give her as a free LC if they win the competition. However, I'm pretty sure we will get her as a free LC no matter what will happen at the competition, because she's ready. So what they will do, they will sell her for like $2.50? Probably not. Probably we will still get her as a free LC no matter what will happen. But this is a way to encourage us to help them win that competition. And here is some awesome screenshot from the Total War Warhammer of the Isabella. The armor is pretty similar as in the model. It's not the best. It's not the best screenshot. You could probably catch her looking better. It's pretty similar. There are some differences that I don't like between her and the model from the tabletop, but she does look amazing. And another screenshot that I just couldn't help to make and use in my video, because it's her with all the other vampires. So yeah, what's not to like? And you probably want to have some summary, because if you are my subscriber, you know that what I do is strategic and tactical analysis. So if we are using her with Vlad, we are getting two extremely powerful lords, and she will be supporting the vampire heroes even more. So what does that really mean? That means we should use them as frontal units and as tanking units because of the high defense of those characters and because of the high damaging potential from the very beginning. Not keep your leaders in a bag, especially if you are playing both Isabella and Vlad and they are reinforcing each other, because that will make them absolute killing machines. They will be higher stats than any other lord in Total War Warhammer. Any other. I mean, it's plus 15 to melee attack and defense. That will make Isabella defense 80 and her attack 65, right? And 81 attack for Vlad. That is pretty big. So yeah, you probably should use them at front, and you probably should use them a lot. And because of that, replenishment will be more important than in any other Vampire Counts game, when you can just ignore it. Although, mind you, if you are on your own territory, you will be probably replenishing pretty fast due to the vampiric corruption. Now, she will be not as strong as Manfred and Vlad, because they do have abilities that make them uniquely very, very powerful. But with the Vlad and with his ability to increase the XP for all the units, she will be very, very powerful. And she's a caster, much like Vlad. She has a mount, unlike Vlad, which gives us an option of using the cycle charging and defeating any heroes that do not have mounts, like Grimgor Ironhide or the dwarves or anybody like that, without much effort. Yes, you will have to micromanage that, but if you keep cycle charging, there will be nothing they could do and you will win. And you could not do that with Vlad, you could do that with Manfred, right? And without any increase to the Graveguard and Blood Knights and all those units who are very, very powerful, you will have to focus on the beasts that she is increasing their power, and you will be lacking strong infantry corps. Now, Total War Warhammer is still very much reliant on the infantry corps. Infantry is even more important than in previous installment, in Rome 2 and Attila. So fighting hard battles will be slightly harder, but it will give you ability to take out castles faster because you will have lots of flyers. It will give you ability to move around very fast, and this will basically means that if you are good at micromanagement, you can be better than other players using her in campaign, and obviously only in campaign. So that's it, that's pretty much it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos. In Total War Warhammer I do DLC analysis, speculations and mechanics videos, but I also do let's plays in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.